What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, got a brand new episode for everybody tonight. Episode 78. How's everybody doing tonight?
Doing good, Rich. How you doing?
Doing great, man. I don't know, man. Hopefully I feel like it's going to be a good betting day today, so hopefully we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're doing all right on those prop bets.
Yeah, I had a good one the other, I think on Sunday I won like 300. I had Steph Curry helped me win 150 at the buzzer.
There you go.
Had some other ones that were close the past few, like yesterday and the day before, but two guys let me down, man. I can't be betting on the Celtics no more.
Yeah, but when you bet on them, they win. There's a guy gets hurt. Maybe just
it just messes up my whole thing. Just FYI, just in case people wonder if I'm a compulsive gambler, I'm fine. I'm actually up. I put $100 into the account. I'm up like $400 now. So
yeah, and it's fun. It's fun.
Yes, and I do not plan on putting any more money into this account. But speaking of gambling, I mean, man, what's the over under on Aaron Rodgers saying he's going to stay with the Green Bay or not, man? It's got to take him forever.
I know. I thought he always said they were going to hammer it out for the new league year. The new league year starts in a couple weeks here, I think March 16th. So I'm guessing it should come here soon. It does kind of seem like they're trying to do what they can to bring him back to Green Bay, and he seems more willing to go back to Green Bay maybe than last year. It doesn't seem like a money thing though. So it'd be interesting to see like what he's waiting on, whether it's, Devonta Adams getting paid,
Yeah, but I think he's also hurting other people because other guys that want to try to figure out their situation too, that they're waiting on him.
Yeah, I think what we thought was going to be a really hot quarterback market might not actually be a hot quarterback market.
Nope, might just be one or two moves as far as some other teams.
Yeah, I mean Garoppolo's hurt now. He's having surgery. It's going to keep him out till towards the end of the summer. He still should be able to be back and play, but you never know with those shoulder surgeries. So does his value kind of change? And the teams looking at him or teams that wanted him look at him a little differently.
Yeah, I mean everybody's getting reevaluated, and there's not many quarterbacks in the draft, so might not be too much shuffling as far as quarterbacks as we would have liked.
Nope. And Bruce Arians isn't letting Tom Brady go somewhere else. So.
Oh yeah, so looks like Tom's stuck over there as far as his contract. So.
Yeah.
And then there's the Kyler Murray situation too. I mean, he wants a whole new deal. I mean, I don't know what the number is, but I think he's trying to get paid somewhere around $40 million a year. Their coach and the GM got an extension, so I know a lot of people are upset about that.
That statement was kind of weird that he put out. It was like, just like, because a couple weeks ago, obviously he like unfollowed them and whatever, passive aggressively was taking shots at the team. But then, now he comes out, his agent comes out, a news drop at 8 a.m. on the same day that, Russia invades Ukraine, just kind of bury that in there. Says that, Kyler's committed to Cardinals if the Cardinals are committed to, paying him a bunch of money. Which, yeah, no crap, he'd be committed to them if they, gave him a buttload of money. Like, it just seemed like a very weird, like, it was like all fine at the top, as they were, he's like, oh, committed, blah, 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 he's done this, this, and this. And then at the end, it was like, and he'll be committed to them if you pay him what he's worth. I'm like, okay. That seems like a very strange statement.
Yeah, I feel like something's going on that they're not privy to, but nobody wants to say what it really is. I don't know. Maybe he's unhappy with the coaching play style or the type of plays being called. But I mean, eventually it's going to come out.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's something else that's going on there, and I don't think it's a coincidence that they signed Cliff Kingsbury and the GM to new deals. So maybe that's a statement saying, hey, look, if you want to play here, you're going to be playing for Cliff.
Yeah, I mean, so we'll see what happens. I doubt he'll sit out, but I mean, you never know.
No, I don't think he. I think he's still in that zone where he needs to prove something. I mean, he can probably get 20-25 million anywhere. But if he wants that $40 million number, I think he's got to have a good season here.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have a great, I don't want to say a good, he's going to have a great season. They're going to have to win that division, at least. I feel like for him to get paid. But it's going to be a daunting task with the Rams in there, and then some of the other teams. I mean, can't really sleep on Seattle. So
Nope.
outside of that, maybe we got the NFL Combine. Thank goodness, man. Looking forward to this tomorrow.
You already have
Get
a
to see.
withdrawal from the season.
Yeah, just to see what people are, the true measurements are as far as some of these defensive players. I mean, then you get to see some of the reps. Get to see their strengths, the speeds. I'm just looking forward to the defensive side, to seeing what's out there. I don't think Thibodeau is going to slip to 5. I think we're going to probably get stuck with getting the safety or somebody else, or just probably going back-to-back offensive linemen. So. But I'm looking forward to seeing what happens, especially we're not hearing much as far as these receivers, because that's normally the big hype. That's when the 40 time comes into play, when these receivers run to 4.2 or something. So there's a few receivers that are projected to be first rounders, but it looks like everybody's late besides one of them. But I think once that happens, somebody's going to jump up to get some receivers too. So what were you guys? What were you hoping the Jets do as far as the draft? Like,
I don't know, man. I go back and forth. Like, I'd like them to get some help on the O-line, and I know I don't want them to just draft the best available, because they seem to do that every year. And I just don't want another. I know the DNs in here, Thibodeau, and what's his face, Hutchinson are good. I don't want them to draft another defensive lineman at 4. So I hope they go lineman. I wouldn't be upset if they went with a guy like a cornerback. I don't know. I'm hoping for a lineman.
How would you feel if they went 2, since you guys have 2 in the top 10?
If they went what, 2?
Yeah, let's say O'Neal slips to 4, and then you guys come back and get somebody else like Cross or somebody.
I think I'd take Cross over Neal. I didn't love how Neal played in the national championship. He got burned a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wish that Ekwonu from NC State would last, but I don't see him lasting very long either.
Yeah, they're saying he might go 1 now. So
yeah, I don't know.
That other offensive lineman for Georgia looked huge. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forget his name too.
I think he was one of the captains on Georgia. That guy looked massive. I was like, God damn, that's like a first rounder right there.
He was a big boy. So yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind if they went to Drake London with the 2nd pick, the kid from USC, if he can make it down there. I don't know if he'll make it that far. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how these first few picks play out. I don't want them to take Kyle Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
I think he seems like a great player. I don't know. They just haven't had luck drafting.
Well, what if he's the one that changes everything, man? You got to strike. You got to strike gold one time.
He could be.
But I'm definitely looking forward to it. I know the big controversy is going to be these quarterbacks as well, because there's no true number 1 quarterback. And then there's a few teams in the middle of the round they're going to need quarterbacks. It's going to be interesting to see if somebody tries to jump up to just beat somebody to draft some of these quarterbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
And on to the NBA. I mean, we got to see All-Star break finish. We got to see some of the teams come back from some games. We got to see the aftermath of the Harden and Simmons trade. And now Harden and Embiid combo looks looks unstoppable, man. I'm not gonna lie. And it's not because I'm not gonna say not just because they play the Knicks. They're gonna be a tough out with just those 2 alone.
Yeah, I mean they're 2 guys that get to the line, so you're gonna see a lot of free throws. I think Harden, is a good facilitator. He's getting the ball around. I think he's already got Maxey playing better. And Thibault also. So Tobias Harris not so much. I don't know what his deal is.
Yeah, that bum cost me money.
But I think that he's bringing his facilitating game to Philly and scoring when he needs to and getting to the line. I mean, it's just what him and Embiid do. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough duo to stop for sure. New York's got a little put a beating on them early here, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Because I mean, when they get to the line, it slows the game down. It just makes it annoying at times, and helps you eat away at the lead without the clock running. So it's gonna be interesting to see how how the standings end up as far as the matchups, and just to see who they match up against. Because there's not many people that can stop either. And then if Philly can play, if Harden can play some defense, Man, it's gonna be.
Harden can't play any defense.
I don't know, man. He had like 2 steals against the Knicks. I don't know what was going.
Yeah, I think someone just I think he was lost.
It's accidental steals.
So if you look at defensive statistics, he is like one of the worst defenders in the NBA. Like really bad.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure they're gonna put him in situations where he doesn't have to guard.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But that's what it's gonna be interesting to see when they play some certain teams where he's forced to guard people. So. Mm-hmm. And then we'll probably gotta wait another week or two before we see Simmons come back. They say he has some complications due to a back injury. Looks like Kevin Durant's probably gonna come back tomorrow. But I'm interested to see that lineup as well with Simmons, Harden, and Simmons, Durant, and Kyrie when everybody's healthy.
Yeah, it sounds like New York may be allowing Kyrie to play soon. So
I don't know, man. I'm hearing the mayor said that's not happening, but I don't know. I think somebody got paid, and I think it is going to happen though.
Yeah. It's not. It's so that even if New York lifts the vaccine mandate, it still has to lift it for the employers because they're considered a big New York employer.
I hope not, because then I'm not looking forward to trying to go back into office.
Just tell them you're all remote now. You moved. Can't help them. Sorry.
Yeah, I moved to California.
Yeah.
And then on the West, we got Booker's out with I think COVID protocol, so it's gonna be interesting to see if the second and third team can catch them, which is the Warriors and the Grizzlies. Warriors have been struggling since Draymond, has been out. But the Grizzlies are right there. They're a half game back. I wouldn't be surprised if they caught the Warriors, man. How are you feeling about Morant, man?
Good. Yeah, I mean he's one of the best players in the NBA right now, and that it's not just him though. That team is. I think we've talked about it here before. That team is deep. They're a good young team. They got a lot of talent. They play well together. It's just a really well-built team. If you could kind of, start a team from scratch like they did, I think that's how you'd want to build it. So I like the Grizzlies. I think they're a solid team. They're a good, fun, young team.
Yeah, definitely fun to watch too.
Yeah, and Ja's gonna be like the hottest player on the planet right now.
Oh yeah, he's averaging almost 50 the past 2 games. I think he's got like 98 points total, between the last 2 games. So it's going to be interesting to see. That's what I said, it all really depends about matchups, too, how people finish. Because in the playoffs, everything slows down. So some of the stuff you were getting off in the regular season, it becomes harder because teams zone in on you. You're going to get the best defender every night, the best defensive sets, and you got to win 4 out of 7. So.
Yep. No, you're right. You're right, and I think it's harder for younger teams that haven't been there to do it. Right, playing the same team over and over. In the series.
Yeah, but I don't know if that affects them too much. I mean, at home they've been playing great. Away they haven't been playing not the best. But for me, it's more about health as well, because there's some players on that 4 or 5 team that is going to give you hell if they come back too. So then we got the Lakers still holding on strong. LeBron says there's still a chance for them. So I don't know about that, but hey, I mean that's what you got to say when you got Mr. Glass and I don't know what Mr. Turnover on your team.
Yeah, man, what a mess that Lakers team is. They're getting booed off the floor the other night in Los Angeles. Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly out there, and LeBron is I don't know. LeBron's trying to play, do what he does, right? Talk both sides of his mouth. Like, we need help, but no, we're still good. Like, we're going to be in the playoffs. We're fine. But I felt like he did that last year, and then Phoenix knocked them out quickly.
Yeah, I think he sees the signs coming, but I think he, you just got to be, you can't show weakness, so to say, especially when you got other players on your team that look up to you as a leader. But I know deep down inside, he knows that a lot has to change. And I think that's why he's been harping so much on Lakers management as far as trying to make some moves or do something to get him some help. But, I think once his contract is up, he's out of there. So I don't know if I don't think it's Cleveland he's going to, but I won't be surprised if it's Miami or another team.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Nothing would surprise me with him.
We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens this offseason as well.
You think they're regretting the Anthony Davis trade and then the contract?
Yeah, I think more so the contract. I don't know. I think they thought he would be more healthy, but I just think they went wrong with all the other players. all the other players they let go and they traded for Russell Westbrook. If I felt like if you were going to try to get another star, you should have went and tried to get Dame. But I don't know what. I guess Portland really wasn't asking for, or not trying to give him away. But I think at that point you just hold on to the pieces you have and then go from there. So, but hey.
Yep.
But maybe they thought that would help them. I'm not sure how, but sometimes people vouch for other players, but I don't know, man. I mean, no offense, I'm not the biggest Westbrook fan. He hasn't, even though he's been the triple double king. He hasn't been able to get his team over the hump when he was by himself. When he had Durant, they were pretty great, but I mean, I don't know. He just wasn't the. He's not one of those people I would want on my team, so to say, or I think that can help me win the championship. But I mean, they thought otherwise. So
yeah, I feel like they had no depth on their team now. They gave up, a lot of guys to get a lot of solid players to get Westbrook, and I think he probably takes away more than he brings to your team during most parts of the game.
Yeah, they had a lot of glue guys that can that could help you get a bucket, help defend, get a stop. Provide some toughness to the team. And I guess they thought they would exchange that for some triple doubles because the guy that would be dishing out the triple doubles would be able to make those players better. But it's definitely not the case. And
I thought their other guy, their other players like Kendrick Nunn and Malik Monk would be better than they have been. I mean, Kendrick Nunn's been fine. I guess they've been fine, but I just thought they would step up and improve over last year.
Yeah, but maybe that's why the other teams decided to let them go or trade them away because they saw the signs early. But because those teams were dealing with them every day in practice. So
right.
But I'm definitely looking forward to playoffs and seeing some of these games and some of these matchups.
Yeah, what do we have left for games?
I mean, tonight we got the Knicks and 76ers, and then we got.
What do we got left on the season? Number of games.
It's between 20 between 23 for some teams.
Okay. Yeah, Celtics got 18 left.
Yeah, some teams have a little bit more. So, well, it's going to come. It's going to come quick.
Yep.
And then some teams are pretty much going to be locked in, and then the clinch will be locked in at certain spots. So it's going to be interesting to see, and especially in the East too, because the top few teams are pretty much a game or two apart. Miami's at number 1. They beat Chicago last night, who's at number 2. And then they got Oladipo coming back. I forgot about he was on that team too. So, they're loaded when you look at their squad. But like I said, it's going to come down to matchups, man. Because I mean, certain teams can beat up certain teams, and then other teams are going to struggle against other teams. Depending on the matchup. But I'm looking forward to it, man. We'll get some great playoffs this year.
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know if you saw this, but the Liberty owner got fined $500,000 for having chartered planes for his players. I thought that was kind of crazy.
Wait, say that again?
So the Liberty owner, right? He got fined $500,000 from the WNBA because he chartered planes for his players to get to and from games, and then come to find out, the WNBA does not charter planes for their players. They pretty much fly commercial. So imagine being like a 6'5" or a 6'8" player, and you got to fly commercial and like regular seats to game to game.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the WNBA said that's not allowed. I guess you can't do that because it creates like a competitive advantage. Yeah, which is kind of ridiculous. I mean, somebody dropped the ball. And then I've heard a few owners were mad about, when it came out that he was doing that. But I mean, how do you expect these players to make money? That's why the WNBA players don't get paid that much. They're not paying for anything.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. So I mean, it just shows how far the women's professional game is behind as far as the regular NBA game. So.
It's not even close.
Hopefully they change that rule just in case I have a daughter because she's definitely gonna ball out. Got MLB, they're still negotiating. Looks like we're gonna miss a month of baseball. Looks like they're gonna start like a month late. Wonder how long it's gonna go on, man, because they're killing themselves.
They're just, I'm with I don't know if you saw Bill Simmons' tweet on this, but I'm with Bill on this one. He said, "Hey, baseball, fuck you." They did. They're just like shooting themselves in the foot. Like, what are you guys doing? Like, and I saw like an interesting thing too on like Mike Trout. Like, what was it? When he was 28, his season was a short season for COVID. 28. His season ended with a weird calf injury. 29 season cut short due to COVID, and 30 now is going to be a strike shortened season. So it's like you're taking your best player, who you want to be the face of baseball, and you're ruining his prime years, or he's missing his prime years.
Yeah, pretty much. And we talked about this before. So much they're missing out. They'll be missing out on so much revenue, not being able to start the season.
Yep.
Let alone the ratings. Then back to some bracketology on the men's side. Looks like we got Gonzaga, Baylor, Arizona, Kansas as the number one seeds. Duke's possibly a number one seed. I've seen some polls where they got Duke at a number one. I mean, Coach K's last year. You think the Devils can get this done this year?
I don't know. I think they got some flaws on that team, but it would be fitting for Coach K to win it in his final year. I can tell you, there's probably 90% of the country is going to be rooting against that. So.
Yeah, I feel like the only time that people really rooted for Duke was when Zion was there. After that, I feel like they've always been the bad guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that they obviously have a good team. I think it's kind of a crapshoot again. I mean, Baylor's good.
It's a lot of good teams.
It's a lot of good teams, and I don't know, the 7 of the top 10 teams losing over the weekend. Then you had Purdue losing last night to a pretty good Wisconsin team. I mean, there's a lot of parity, and Providence lost to Villanova, so it just seems like it could go any way. It's who could finish the season strong, come in hot, and get some good matchups.
Oh yeah, that's what I said. If somebody comes in high, it's going to be over. And then the star players too, who's going to show up. So,
yep.
But it's going to be fun. I can see it now.
Yeah. It is. I think these are usually the tournaments that line up to be the good ones when there's no dominant team coming in. Kentucky too. Kentucky's got a good team. I know they lost to Arkansas, but they're playing well too. So yeah, I think it could be a good tournament.
Yeah, because we're getting a lot of buzzer beater games down to the wire already. So I can only imagine going back and forth between TBS and CBS trying to catch some of these games. So. And then on the women's side, nothing much has changed. Same culprits: South Carolina, North Carolina State, Stanford, Louisville. Number 2s is probably Baylor, LSU, Iowa State, and UConn.
Iowa too.
Yeah, I mean they're great, but they beat Michigan the other day. Caitlin Clark went off again. She had 38 points. She was like 8 for 11 from 3. It's pretty much a walk-in 30-point game. She's averaging like 28 a game, almost 30. She'll probably win Player of the Year. I don't think there's ever been a sophomore that's won it in the women's game outside of a senior. I think most time people have won it in seniors. I mean, she's going to be hard to stop, but the thing is that her team is not the best defensive team. So when they come against those teams that have people that other players that can score, that's when they struggle. So
who do you like in the women's side this year? South Carolina.
Yeah, I figured them to take it. I do like Iowa. That's one of my dark horses, but I don't think they can get too far just because the defense is not there. Outside of that, probably Stanford. I mean, that's another great school. As I said, it's going to be interesting to see. Because sometimes they just load up the brackets. That's what I hate about the women's tournament sometimes. So we got to wait till the brackets come out. Because sometimes when they load up the brackets, most of the teams that could probably win is all in the same bracket. So it's pretty much a gauntlet. And then whoever comes out alive is pretty much going to be winning it. But you never know.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they play the games.
That's why they play the games.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, so this one is easy. It's a one pot meal for those folks that are looking to go a little lighter on the carbs. Sorry, Rich, no cheese on this one.
It's all right. I need a cheese break. That's okay.
It's basically it's called egg roll in a bowl. So it's an egg roll without the wrapper. So you can do beef or pork, but I went pork. So just some ground pork, throw it in, brown it up, And then throw in some sliced cabbage. You can get the pre-cut one with the coleslaw. Just leave the coleslaw out.
Okay.
Toss that in with some soy sauce and stir that all up together. So you got a nice mixture. Then toss some garlic in there. Get it fragrant. And what else was it? That garlic, and then really all you need to do is add some sriracha or hot sauce of your liking. Again, stir that in. Do a little ground ginger and a little salt, pepper, and then top it with some sesame oil, and you're ready to go. And then at the end, I cut up a green onion, kind of sprinkled the green onion on top, and then again topped it with a little bit of soy sauce, and I use that Sambol chili, the chili sauce, I think it's Korean, Japanese, whatever that chili sauce is. That you can get.
I see how they make it. They basically just do like the red pepper flakes, and then there's like a Korean pepper flakes.
Yeah.
With the like garlic and something else. Yeah, and then they just pour the hot oil on it.
Yep.
It seems simple.
It is simple. So so in that you're all set. You're all done. Really easy to make, tasty, and only a few hundred calories there for a serving.
Man, that sounds good though.
It is good. I mean, if you like egg rolls, you'll like that. And I do love a good egg roll.
Oh yeah, I want to learn how to make the. I seen Godfrey make like these homemade egg rolls, but like the like steak ones. I don't remember. It might have been on Diners, Drives, and the Dives, and then they like sent them the box and they showed him how to make it, and he made it. I was like, damn, that's pretty easy.
Yeah, they're not hard to make, but yeah, they're delicious.
Oh yeah, the best part about it is when you're able to dip them.
Oh yeah, get that duck sauce.
But I feel like it's hard to come by good duck sauce. I don't know. I don't feel like all duck sauce is created equal.
I would agree with that. I'm with you on that. When you find a good one though, it's like you almost want to load up on that.
Yeah, I feel like the best one is like if you go directly to the Chinese store and just like, yo, let me get a bunch of packets of duck sauce, man. Like.
But even then, I don't know, man. Like even the packets vary from place to place. I don't know. I like the one where they give it to you in the big jug. Like give me that jug of duck sauce.
Yeah, I think you can tell though, like when you look at the ones in the packet, like which ones are like the ones that is like the clear ones. Those are good ones. Yeah, I'm with you. And then like even if you get it like in a jug or something, you got to see like that little, I don't know what it is, like it looks like a pepper or something in there.
Yeah.
If you don't see that in there, then it's not gonna be good, man. And then what would you guys drink that down with?
All right, so with that, we got a beer from Back East Brewery. They're at Connecticut. I forget where in Connecticut they are. It's actually when you get in the store. It's I didn't know they had this in the store, but I grabbed it. It's called the Ice Cream Man. It has nothing to do with ice cream. I don't know why it's named like that. But it's I guess it's kind of maybe a little bit orange creamsicle-ish, but it's a Citra hopped IPA. It's really good. 6.4%. Citra's a really, I think what is it, like a citrusy type hop, so that might be where maybe the orangeness comes in. But yeah, for something you can grab in a store around here nowadays, it's pretty solid. Again, easy drinking, a little creamy, and only clocks in around a little over 6%, so you can have a few of them while you're sitting down for dinner. And they say I haven't done this before. They say it goes good with ice cream, but I'm not really a beer and ice cream guy, so I haven't tried that.
But did they say what flavor though? Is it just like basic vanilla, or like are they trying like chocolate or?
Probably basic vanilla.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it was good, because I feel like it's kind of like a float when you look at a beer. It's kind of like carbony, kind of like I don't want to say obviously root beer, but I feel like once you mix that beer in, the ice cream flavor is pretty much going to overwhelm it. Yeah. It's pretty much going to be taste like ice cream with like a hint of beer. So
I agree.
There was this place in the Bronx that does like these like gelatos, and they do like a Heineken one. They have like a Guinness one, and they're pretty good too. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that goes well with ice cream.
Yeah, I'd probably give it I'll give it like a 7.4.
Okay, that's not bad. It's right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
And then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everybody. And then this week for the BRRs, finally had the season finale of Euphoria. It wasn't the best season finale, but I feel like they were just tying up ends for next season. Hopefully, we don't have to wait too long for the next season. I feel like they were just tying up the ends so we could just focus on the group come next season. It's not really about the adult or anybody else. So I know you hated it.
I didn't hate it. I just there's just a couple annoying things about it, right? Like one of them being that they just have a lot of storylines going on right now, and it was they were never going to be able to tie everything up at the end of this, or at least get everything into address everything. I think that they did a good job with the play and kind of going back and forth. I did feel like they dragged a couple of the stories on, like the one of her of Rue talking at her dad's funeral. I feel like they kept going back to that one. But other than that, I thought that part was good. I just, there's just some things I didn't like. I didn't like that you don't really see, what happens to Fez and Fezco and like, does he ever like let Lexi know, let Lexi know that he's, what happened? And then like Tom brought up, like, so Lori's just letting Rue get away with $10,000 worth of drugs. Like, that just didn't seem right. And I know your point. That they're going to use the drug dealer Mouse's buddy there the phone was on and they were listening and they threw that name out there. But I don't know. I didn't love it. I think it was terrible. I just didn't love it. I was hoping for a little bit more action. And again, like Nate just gets away with everything because I still can't figure out why. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But I think next season he's going to get what's coming to him because I think they're going to have his ex and what's her name? Both the girls. I keep forgetting her name. Yeah, Maddie. Yeah, Maddie and Cassie go after him because it seemed like they were both like on that same page of like after she beat her up, he's kind of not the best person. As far as like, his dad's gonna be obviously locked up. Then we got the Fez story. That's what I said. That might be his out on how he gets out because of the girl snitching, and then Ash killing the cop, and him saying that he's the one that stabbed him, even though he was trying to take the blame for it. And then pretty much about the group trying to get back together as a whole. But maybe they use the drug dealing situation to bring the group together. And then we got Rue to see how long Rue can stay sober.
Yeah, right.
But I said I don't know. It's a lot of storylines, a lot of plot lines, man. So we're gonna have to wait and see. As I said, I just hope we don't have to wait like another 3 years to get another season, like we did before. So.
Mm-hmm. Was it 2 years in between seasons?
I think it was. I think the first season came out, 2019.
Okay.
Came out June 16th to August 4th, 2019. So that's what I'm saying. Almost 3 years. Hopefully they renew it. But that's the thing. I think the first season was kind of like unexpected because I think Drake was executive producer of it, and then some other people. So they kind of just took it, and then but it did great. But so I mean, hopefully they renewed it for season 3 and it comes quick. They should be shooting out for it, but hey, we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Then outside of that, I wanted to check out the fight for Uber. That one looked good. I forgot the guy's name. I don't remember the actor's name, but and they got your boy from Friday Night Lights. Where's that dude from?
What's the name of the show?
It's called something. It's like the fight for. It's about I think it's based off the true story about the 2 guys that started Uber. It's on Showtime, I believe. Hold on.
Super Pumped.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Oh, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Kyle Chandler.
Yeah, it's about the 2 guys that started Uber, I guess,
mm-hmm.
and how they were like fighting for it, going back and forth. One had one vision, one had another. So those stories are always interesting to see because I remember when Uber first came out. People didn't know what it was, and then they got a bunch of flack from New York State because of the taxis, and then there was other companies. Yep. Then there was other companies that came out with like their own thing. There was one that was real good. I remember, but they were like in like a startup phase, and the only way you had to use it was get a code. And I got the code from some girl, and I was getting like $5 rides from like Manhattan to the Bronx. It was awesome.
I felt like when Uber came out, it was kind of like that though. It wasn't that cheap, but it was pretty cheap to start.
Yeah, usually when they came out, I remember when they all came out, they were like, the only way to get it was like you had to be invited by somebody, by like either like a driver or like somebody you knew that worked there. And then what happened was like they were pretty much like running test phases. So the rides would be like 75% off, 90% off, like just ridiculous.
I was on the Cape for a weekend, and they did the trial in the Cape, like the weekend I was there, and I was getting rides from Michelle's dad's house to downtown Hyannis. Normally, like, I don't know, not much, like $15-20. We got it for like $5.
Yeah, it was like ridiculous. That was a great time to be alive, man. So I mean, I was milking that thing. I was going everywhere. And I had a car too at the time, but you couldn't beat that price. Like for to get a ride from Manhattan to the Bronx for $5, like you're saving money on gas. You're saving money if you took the subway. Was more than that. It was ridiculous. So I was like, and you didn't have to find parking. They, just quick drop off, get out, go. So I mean, it was fun, man. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. And then we have From, new show out on Epics and Amazon. I know you caught the first episode. How far did you get into, or how'd you like it so far?
Just the first episode for now. We were still finishing up Inventing Anna, but I did sneak in that first episode just because I was curious, and I liked it. Seems interesting to start. How far are you in?
Oh, I'm caught up. I'm waiting for episode 5 next week. It gets a little crazy because some stuff happens with one of the people there, but you're starting to get to see the different characters, kind of like, you remember like Walking Dead, where like there was characters that were kind of wacky or something going on.
Yep.
And then so you're starting to see that now, and then they're starting to reveal stuff about like how people got here, where they came from, but they don't give too much away. So it's still kind of trying to figure out what's going on. Mm-hmm. And then the crazy thing is, we're like 4 episodes in, we didn't really get to see the vampires yet, like as far as their personalities and stuff like that. We got introduced to one of them or a few of them in the second and third episode, but it's not like we're given names or anything, but it's like a brief stint. You see them, but it's going to get very interesting once we figure out what's going on with how they got there, where they actually are. Right. And then as far as like some of the wacky stuff that's happening right now. So looking forward to watching. Hope they give us a good amount of episodes for a season. So
yeah, I'm excited to move that one forward.
And then we had the wrapping up Love Is Blind. I don't know if you guys finished that. Season finale's coming out this Friday, I think. Pretty much what we expected. I think only two out of the 5 said yes.
Yeah, and I don't think any of them were overly shocking that said no. I mean, I guess I thought Sal. I was a little shocked by Sal, and I was actually a little shocked that the first couple there, I forget their names, they went through with it. They just kept having blowouts, and she was like brutal to listen to.
Yeah, she's she self-sabages a lot.
Oh yeah. Oh, just like then doesn't know when to stop. Just like, dude.
Nope. Then your boy Nick got let down, aka Shane. I'm interested to see the reunion to see if he went back to Shayna.
Yeah, or if he tried to work things out with Natalie.
Yep.
Yeah. He was pretty steamed.
Yeah, or just to see who's still together, who's not. I mean, it's only 2 couples together, so we got a 50% chance that the other couple didn't make it.
Yeah, I wasn't surprised that Jarrett they followed through. Not surprised there, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what that reunion looks like and see if Shayna shows up.
Yeah, or to see if stuff comes out that they met up after. And then outside of that, just some other stuff I'm searching through. There's a few movies I gotta watch. We got Batman coming out on Friday. Hearing good things about it, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. We got Doctor Strange in a few weeks, I believe, and then I think Disney has what's the name? Moon Knight starting next week or the week after. So we have some good stuff to watch. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
Until next time, Rich.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.